Hello, my name is Terry. This video will cover our June 2016 follow-up investigation of the Ray County Museum in Richmond, Missouri. I placed my camera outside the Indian Artifacts room. On a previous investigation, we had a lot of good activity in this particular room, and I wanted to see if it would duplicate that. When I left it on auto record, I returned a short period of time later to see if all the equipment was running properly, when I noticed the camera had shut down at the 29-minute mark. This is something I can't explain because there were a full 2 hours of power on the internal battery and 16 hours on the external battery. Sometimes during the switchover between the internal and external batteries, the camera will shut down, but that wouldn't have occurred for another hour and a half. When I reviewed the tape, right before the camera shuts down, two interesting things happen. The first is audio static. I've had this camera for 2 years and I've never experienced anything quite like this. There's a powerful field that's affecting the camera that you can hear in the audio track. And at the very end, before the picture goes dark and the camera shuts down, it's also beginning to affect the video quality. Again, this is something I haven't experienced with these cameras, and I've owned them for 2 years. In the second clip, after I'd repowered up the camera, I left everything running and I went back to check on the equipment about an hour later. Again, the camera had failed at about the 40-minute mark. It had shut down unexpectedly. And I'll play the second clip, has the same symptoms as the first. First there's audio static, and then video static accompanies it, and then the power shuts down. When I checked the power on the battery, it had over an hour's worth of power on the internal battery. There's no accounting for why the performance would be degraded like this, or why it would shut down when it had plenty of power. The next two clips contain unexplained sounds. You can clearly hear the sound of something being moved inside the room, yet there's no one inside either of these rooms. As a matter of fact, there's no one on this floor at all when this sound was recorded. The next clip was recorded in the same room. It's of a male EVP voice, and it can be heard saying, "Help me." In the next clip, there are two views as to what's being said. The majority of people seem to think that it's a southerner's voice saying the word "damn." But others are saying that it's the woman's name being spoken, saying the name Diana. In the following clip, a male voice can be heard saying, "Help." The following clip was recorded in the tool room down in the cellar. It's of a voice saying, "Get out," but it's almost a composite of strange sounds being manipulated into a voice. It has a very unnatural tone to it.
The second floor hallway is really, really creepy. Now,
This is a very active spot, supposedly.
The next clip contains two words. The second word appears to be the word "right." The first word is unintelligible. I can't quite make out what is being said. The following clip was recorded in the Indian Artifacts room. It's a male EVP voice saying the name Joseph. It's speaking it almost in a two-part segment. I don't know if this is just a coincidence or not, or if something was directly trying to communicate with me, but that happens to also be my middle name. The following clip is rather difficult to explain. It contains both human voices and EVP voices. The first thing on the track is an EVP whispery voice. Then you'll hear Leanne, one member of our group, laughing. And then you'll hear me speaking. But after this point, you'll also hear a group of whispery voices talking to each other. This is no one in our group doing this. It appears to be multiple entities talking to each other. The next clip contains a male EVP voice saying, "Get out." It's also followed by a strange whistling sound that I can't account for. This clip contains a male EVP voice saying, "Help me." The next sound was recorded while I was walking down the second floor hallway. I clearly heard the sound of something falling over and hitting the ground, but when I inspected the area, no objects had fallen over, and there's no accounting for what could have created this loud banging, crashing sound. What was that? We went down to the end of the second floor hallway where on the previous investigation, a group of us had all heard a disembodied voice. Disembodied voices are different than EVP voices in that they're so loud, they're actually heard by ear. Having the equipment was not necessary to hear these voices. This happened twice from this location. We conducted an EVP session and 2 phrases were spoken that I heard by ear. The first one spoke and it said, "Me too."
This is what happened last time too. We'd sit down here and hear noises down there.
Did you just mumble a minute ago?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, note to camera. I heard a whisper. Then I recorded the second disembodied voice. This one said, "Got it." I heard it with my ears and I asked the other people who were with me if they had spoken this phrase. They all said no, that they had nothing to do with it.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And then whenever you were spelling out hi,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
could you imagine if you just pointed that at the ground and like help came out or something? I'd be like, we're going home.
It's funny, I just could have sworn I heard either of you say, "Got it?"
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I was dragging my hand on the ground. It was nothing like that.
No, I thought I heard a voice say, "Got it."